News Corp threatens action over leaked accounts.
News Corp sends in the lawyers as its CEO tells his staff there's nothing to see here.
Hello, I'm Paul Barry. Welcome to Media Watch. And pardon me for laughing, but the idea of News Corp suing its rivals for revealing the financial troubles of Australia's biggest media group strikes me as ridiculous, not to mention hypocritical. Because as any journalist will tell you, leaks are what the media rely on. And the folks at News know that as well as anyone, because they often make good use of them.
Last month, the advertiser obtained leaked documents.
The deal is outlined in a document obtained exclusively by the Daily Telegraph.
A highly confidential report prepared by Bain & Company recommends ruthless strategies to slash costs.
So, is News Corp really going to make itself a laughingstock by attacking competitors for doing their job? I'd hate to think so. But that was the company's bullying reaction to last Wednesday's scoop on Crikey, the online news site.
Exclusive documents show News' Australian papers dragging down the empire.
Crikey's business writer Paddy Manning got the drop on News Corp Australia's confidential internal accounts for the year to June 2013, which charted the group's performance line by line against the previous year. And these revealed
alarming revenue and profit falls across the metropolitan newspapers and widening losses at flagship broadsheet The Australian.
According to this leaked document, known as the Blue Book, and supposedly seen by only 6 or 7 people at News, losses at The Australian hit $26 million in the 2012 financial year. And in 2013, that rose even further to $30 million. Now, these are figures the Australian's editor Chris Mitchell has been very keen to keep secret, as we at Media Watch know so well. This year, he says, the losses have been halved. But that's still $70 million lost by the Oz in just 3 years. So, how long can that go on? The answer, says one prominent Fairfax shareholder, is about as long as 83-year-old Rupert Murdoch stays in charge.
When he goes, you would think the new guy will probably come in and say, "Why are we doing this?"
But it's not just the Australian that's struggling. The leaked accounts confirm what Media Watch reported in February, that News Corp's tabloids, led by the Telegraph, Herald Sun and Courier Mail, are also doing it tough. Not so long ago, they were making hundreds of millions of dollars in profit, but Crikey reports
News Corp's Australian newspapers, including the national, metro and regional publications, will struggle to break even this financial year.
And it's hard to disagree. Total revenue for News Corp's Australian papers in fiscal 2013 fell by 14%, or a staggering $315 million. And this year, revenue's down again by another 8%, or around $160 million, according to News Corp's 2014 annual report. And there's every chance it will keep on falling. So why is this happening? Quite simply because advertisers are deserting, and no amount of success online can fill the hole they're leaving. News Corp Australia's digital revenues in 2013 from ads and subscriptions made up just 1/20th of what the group earned in total. Now, it's not just News that has this problem. It's menacing the future of all newspapers in Australia. But News and The Australian have just been more reluctant to fess up, as stories like this reveal.
Newspaper circulation figures for the March quarter indicate a promising future for the industry, with the Australian's total sales higher than at any point in its history, and digital subscriptions for major mastheads growing by up to 80%.
The key question for all newspapers is whether the decline can be arrested and whether print has a future. News Corp is adamant that it has, and earlier this month its group CEO claimed business is finally looking up. Well, sort of.
There are indications that the rate of decline has declined in Australia.
News Corp Chief Executive Robert Thompson told investors
there are green shoots on the Nullarbor Plain.
Local CEO Julian Clark was also upbeat the day after Crikey's revelations, telling the Newspaperworks Future Forum that he was relaxed about the leak and that revenue and sales figures were now much better.
I'm not too worried about what was published yesterday. All of the trend lines that I'm responsible for, and that is only in the last 12 months, are all heading the right way.
Yet even as Clark and The Australian were claiming that the business was, quote, forging ahead, News Corp's lawyers were heavying Crikey with threats of legal action and persuading them to back down.
Crikey agrees to destroy leaked accounts showing decline in News Corporation's Australian newspaper business.
This action, as Mumbrella's website briefly noted, before hurriedly deleting the comment,
Surprised some in the media industry, given it was News Corp title The Australian who published the internal salaries of ABC staffers in 2013 and an internal Bain & Company report for Fairfax Media in 2014.
So it was. We'd quite forgotten.